Well, welcome to another episode of Miss G's Ladies Lounge. Happy Thursday, everybody. We're here once again, and we're thankful on this Thursday. We're excited to be here another Thursday night, ready to celebrate manifestation moments here in Miss G's Ladies Lounge. I am your host, Gwen Finley, Miss G. That's me. And we are here where visions meets faith and dreams turn into divine reality. So we're ready today. Our episode is all about making moves to achieve your manifestation moments. So you've written the vision, you prayed the prayer. Now it's time to put some action behind that belief. And my guest today knows exactly what it takes to turn purpose into progress and dreams into destiny. So grab your journal, get ready to be and let's talk about how to move in faith and manifest what's already yours. We'll be right back. Okay, so yeah, I'm excited about today's conversation because I have a special guest joining me who truly knows what it means to make moves in faith. Um, she is Sharvette Mitchell, and she's not just a marketing strategist, not just a platform builder, a powerhouse entrepreneur and author, but she is someone who walks the walk and talks the talk when it comes to turning vision into victory. Her journey is a beautiful reminder that manifestation, dreaming, it's about doing. So, as we get ready to be inspired, Sharvette Mitchell, the platform builder and is the CEO of Mitchell Productions, which is a marketing and professional development firm with 25 years corporate background at Capital One Bank and innovative marketing strategies. She's a beacon for small businesses. Her trademark approach helps build platforms generating revenue and growth. And as a speaker, an 8-time author, a 9-time conference producer, and host of the Sharvette Mitchell radio show with over 780 episodes, her insights have resonated across various platforms. She's been recognized in publications like Yahoo Finance and HuffPost and media outlets like CBS 6. And Sharvette is a powerful advisor and consultant in today's competitive market. Miss G's Ladies Lounge family, help me welcome my guest today, Sharvette Mitchell. We're excited to have her with us, aren't we? Help me welcome
Woo!
Sharvette. Hey.
Hey, thank you so much for that amazing introduction. I am so excited to be here with you, Gwen.
Awesome. Thank you. We're always happy to have you here. You're no stranger to the lounge. And so every time you come, we get brand new nuggets. Even if it sounds like it's saying the same thing, it's a brand new nugget the way you pour it out. So we're excited to have you here on tonight.
Thank
And we have moved this platform to manifestation moments
you.
as our theme. And so who better to help us to talk about manifestation moments as you are steadily over these years, even with the bio I just read, manifesting over the
Mm.
years. And so we're excited to have you here to help us navigate through this. Um, Thank you so much. Hello, Helen. We're glad to have you all the way from New York. Thank you for joining us on tonight. And of course, we have here in the studio, it's Mom.
Hey, mom.
Hello, Eddie. So, listen, as I said, I just want to just go right on into our show on tonight. And also, I wanted to start out by saying, thank you again. Sharvette has graced us in our new release book anthology. Oh, look, she didn't even wait for me to pull mine up. Thank you,
Listen, I
thank
got it
you.
right here.
Visionary Momentum Unleashed, and she graced us with the forward for that anthology. And so we'll talk more about that later, but definitely you want to get yourself a copy because even the forward is powerful. So
Oh my God.
um,
But listen, Gwen, I have to tell you, the last forward I wrote, shout out to Yulika Kimber, that book ended up in Essence, like Essence
okay,
online. So listen,
that's what we
we open to they didn't pitch Essence. It ended up somebody texted her was like, your book is on Essence
wow.
online. So
See,
just
I'm
saying.
I receive
Yeah.
it. I receive it. I actually was looking at something before I came in, and behind is in shifting, making moves to
Mhm.
achieve your manifestation moment. It's not about just producing something and sitting on a shelf, but we got to make some
Yeah,
moves. So,
absolutely.
before you started making moves towards your manifestation, what
Mhm.
did that initial vision look like for you, and how did you know it was time to
Mhm.
take action on it?
Mm, that's such a great question, and I got a question today from somebody on LinkedIn. They emailed me and they said, "Hey, when did you know it was time to leave corporate? What happened?" And so, I feel like this is like a great place.
Right.
That's where things really started opening up for me. And so, sometimes in life, you kind of wonder, if I make this move, what'll happen, or should I, continue to play it safe? And so there was just a point in time where I just said, you know what, I want to bet on myself, and I don't want to have regrets. I don't want to look back and have regrets. And if it doesn't work, I'll go do something else. And
Mhm.
so I think taking the fear out of, because so much of it
Mhm.
is, if I do this and it doesn't work, how do I recover and all of that? But there was just a moment in time, a point in time where I didn't want to have regrets. And I took the fear out of it from the standpoint
Mhm.
of, if it doesn't pan out the way I think, I'll go do something else. I'll get a job. I'll do whatever. And God has been so gracious to allow the manifestation to continue. So that was pretty much
And
the
that's
mindset.
yeah, that's really good. We talked about that. I talked about that on last week, that fear and that doubt, and it could cripple you. It could, make you stagnant, and stagnate your vision.
Yes.
So facing the fear is important,
Yeah.
and pushing it on out the way and letting it know that it cannot reside in the midst of while you're trying to make your move, right?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. It can't
Yeah.
drive the car. If fear is still, and I heard somebody else say that. So that's
Yeah.
not my quote, but if fear is in the car, it can't drive the car. You got to put it in the back seat or put it in the trunk.
Absolutely, absolutely. Even I'm going to just put this real quick about fear. Um, when I had surgery many years ago, they told me that fear can cause you to actually have so much damage while
Mm.
you're under anesthesia. So they tell you that you have to relax. And when I came out of surgery one time, I could not get warm. They had like 12 blankets on me. And
Right.
they told me it was just a manifestation of the fear that I had.
Oh,
And so
wow.
you just never know what fear can do to you. It can
Mhm.
really, mess you up. So we
Yes,
want to
it
move that out the way.
yeah.
So, a lot of people, they like to dream. I always like to
Mhm.
talk about dreams and visions. They like to dream, but they take few consistent steps.
Yes.
So, what practical moves or daily habits helped you to shift from just believing and, to actually achieving something?
Yeah. So a morning routine that I have, or a part of my morning routine, is I write in my planner. And I actually just put my planner up over there. But I'm literally pen and paper, pencil and
Mhm.
paper, or a plethora, a plethora of things. I'm literally writing out my to-do list. Yes, I'm an online girl. I have iPads, I have phones, I have all the digital. But there's
Right.
something very directive of sitting down and just capturing what are the things I want to do today and putting it on paper. And so I feel like people, that's the first step, because a lot of times people will say, is it,
Mhm.
it's on my mind, or I thought to do it, but when our minds are so full of so much stuff
So
that
full.
we have to pull it out of our mind. And so that's a very practical step. I would say at the beginning of the day, write down, even if it's just three things, like what are things that I want to get achieved today? What are things that I want to accomplish? Do I hit all of them all the time? No. Sometimes the list
Mhm.
is 5 things or 6 things.
Yeah.
But to write it down, and you will move closer to, even if it's just for the satisfaction of checking it off
Mhm.
or highlighting it, you'll move
Right.
closer to the things you're trying to accomplish.
And I don't want to talk too much, but last night, I was sitting
It's your
sitting
show. Talk all you
but I
want.
want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. But last night I was sitting and I had a bag next to me, because I had stuff in storage and I bring little pieces out to go through it
Yeah.
sometimes. And this piece of paper was sticking out, and it was something that this little girl wrote, I mean, years and years ago. And so I said, let me see what else is in this bag. So I pulled out a pad, and it was, one of those legal pads.
Uh-huh.
Sharvette, you're not going to believe this stuff was from 2004, 2005, 2006, and it was things that I had worked on in
Mm.
those, and I wrote every step out, how it's going to go, conferences. I used to work with conferences and stuff.
Yes.
All the guests that we were inviting, what they were going to do, what they were going to eat. I mean,
Yes.
you got to write the steps out because, as you said, our minds are not necessarily going to retain everything. I dream a lot, but if
Yeah.
I don't write it down, it's going away. It
Listen, the
may come
Bible
back
tells us to
later.
write the vision and make it
Write
plain.
it.
And just for
Yeah.
that point you said of now going back years later. Now there's
Hmm.
some things probably in there that you have done, but then it
Hmm.
reawakened like, wow, I had this passion for XYZ. It'll also kind of show us
Absolutely.
our own patterns. And so I think
Absolutely.
that was very profound.
Yeah, yeah. So for you,
Mhm.
as the manifestation requires that perseverance, what was one major challenge of fear that you faced while
Mhm.
making moves, and how did you push through it?
Yeah. So with being an entrepreneur or business owner, you are kind of it. Like if you work in, you work at a hospital or you work in corporate America, there's a
Mhm.
chain of command. So if you can't handle something at your level, you can give it
Mhm.
to a manager and be like, my hands are done. That TikTok,
Ooh,
that viral thing from TikTok said it's
yeah.
above me now. But
Okay.
but as a small business owner, you are the escalation point. And so I feel like that was an area of
Mm,
having to just overcome, like even something like my computer not working, like I've got
right.
to solve for that, or something not going right with the hotel that we've scheduled an event with. So you are the head of, you're the top to handle everything, but then leaning on and trusting in God. I've got to bring that, I've got to bring that
Absolutely.
in, is that
Absolutely.
he has to be a part of it, because he got to help me get he's got to help me get stuff done. But just knowing like,
He's
okay,
got
I'm it. There's not anybody else I'm escalating, this to.
That's it. That's it. Knowing who he is
Yeah.
and being able to walk in his direction that he gives us. And we've got, she wrote, I mean, she put the big, the hearts and
Yeah.
everything there. Subordination in Christ is when we intentionally lower ourselves to others in the fear of God.
All right.
Evangelist Holly from New York. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, we are, we are definitely um, maybe having a title or whatever, but we are definitely in need of being dependent on God because
Absolutely.
without Him, we can do nothing,
Amen.
right? But He gives us, He said, I've given you the power to get wealth. He said
Yeah.
He's given us, what we need to achieve the things that we need to do. So we also have to learn how to walk in what He has given us. So
Yeah.
that is awesome. So looking back,
Mhm.
what is one of the biggest lessons that you learned about aligning your faith, focus, and follow through?
Mm. It's mindset. The biggest, you can have all the strategies, you can read all the books, you can hire business consultants, and I'm one. I hire people to assist me. But at the end of the day, what it really boils down to is your mindset, is where
Mm,
you are set. And so that I would say is something that we are always working on, and we are
right.
constantly working on. But then it's awesome when you can see your mindset shift. That's why the writing down, things that we write down and go back and look,
Mhm.
we can see where we've grown or where we have adjusted, or we can look back and be like, oh, I'm not at that place now, I'm over here. But it's really been mindset. That I know that's like a simple word, and it might be even an overused word, but really that's what it has been and what it is.
So, what about those individuals that just, and I'm probably going to tell them myself right now, but those individuals that just feel like they have so much on their mind that they're unable to, really sort out where to go and what to do.
So people can get overwhelmed. That is a
Mhm,
real thing. However, I would also offer a question and a thought: is that fear dressed up? So sometimes people
mhm,
get so much, they have so much, then they become paralyzed and they don't do anything.
mm,
So they got all these
mhm,
ideas, all these plans, all these journals, all the everything, and there's so much in their mind that they don't do anything and they're stuck. So what I would say to that person is, and it almost goes back to that top three thing, one thing. What's one thing you can do? Accomplish that, then do another thing, accomplish that, and then that'll help you build momentum, and that'll give you that
right.
energy to keep going. But most of the time when people are like, I got so much, I'm overwhelmed, that's really fear, because then we add that to our
Mhm.
plates so that we can have that excuse. I know that's a ouch, I know that's a sting,
Ooh.
but for some people watching and listening,
Yeah.
they pile up their plate so that they can have and if you don't want to use excuse, so that they can have the phrase to say, well, I've got so much. But what I would challenge is pick one thing and even just accomplish that one thing.
And then have that, you become a busybody, right?
It's real easy. It's real easy to do.
Real easy to become a busybody. And
Mhm.
I think I was listening to, I want to say it was Rick Warren,
Okay.
and he was talking about that. Are we actually doing God's will, or are we just busybodies?
Mm,
Are we just
yeah.
being busy doing, keeping our hands full, and God can't put anything in our hands because our hands are too full with being a busybody, you know?
Yeah.
And last week I quoted, and then I saw someone else quoted the same thing as you had stated. I don't know if it's your original,
Uh-huh.
but done is better than
Yes,
perfect, right?
absolutely, and that's not mine, but I say it all the time to clients. I say, because it's that perfectionism, it's that similar to someone saying, "I have all of this stuff to do." Then there's another side of the coin where people are like, "Well, I don't wanna do anything unless it's perfect." Is every T
Mhm,
has to be crossed, every I has to be dotted, and what happens is, and that keeps you stuck or not moving forward because you're like,
mhm,
"I'm waiting for it to be perfect," and guess what? It will never be perfect, A, and then B, what happens is you don't get a chance for the process to be your teacher. So once you step out and
mhm,
do something, then you refine it. Let's think about Facebook. What if Facebook had,
Mhm.
all the things and bells and whistles that Facebook has now? What if Facebook had
Right.
waited to say, well, we're going to wait till you
Mhm.
can stream and you can do this and we have reels before we come out? No,
Right.
Facebook came out, and then every iteration, you can do something new, you can do something different. Sometimes they take some stuff away. It's like, it didn't work as much, but you
Mhm.
refine as you go. And then that
And it
will,
took years.
yeah, yeah,
It took years to get here because they've been out for a while, but they've been growing and
yeah.
processing and building. Where I work, we what I do, they call it building cases.
Okay.
And you start somewhere. It starts with a sale. It starts with a pitch. It starts with a
Yeah.
salesperson going out. Then after they get it, it may get to one other person. Then it comes to me to build a case. Then I have to send it on to the nursing staff to follow through on the case,
Yeah.
and they have to go and make an assessment, and
Hmm.
then we have to send it back to the originator to get approvals to move further. There is always a process.
Always.
I
Always.
like
And the process is your teacher. I say that now. That's something I say. You can quote me on that. The process
that.
is absolutely your teacher.
Absolutely, that's awesome, awesome. So, our time is running fast.
Oh, wow.
And I want you to get to telling us about some great things that you are um, producing yourself. But what
Yeah.
advice would you give someone who's ready to make their next move? And maybe they're having, I know we talked about the fear, but maybe they're feeling like, they just can't do it alone, or have some other thoughts that's holding them back.
Yeah. So two pieces of advice. One, I would say find community. And what
Mhm.
does that look like? Where are there people who are doing things that you want to do or are in a similar arena?
Mhm.
Because oftentimes if you stay siloed by yourself, you'll feel like, well, I can't do this. So getting around people, even if they're 5 steps ahead. Now, it don't have to be Oprah, it
Right.
don't have to be, but somebody that's just 10 steps ahead of you, or 5 steps. So getting around other people or a community. That's why Facebook groups and things of that nature are really, I know different social media gets different, knocks, but finding community is one. And that community may be a Facebook group, that may be coming to an event, that may be part of that. The other thing is you can find or hire a coach or mentor. And so
Mhm.
if you have someone who is an advisor that will help you, step along the way, then that's going to give you the courage and the strategy of what to do next.
Yeah, and then even beyond the coach and all that, if you can also hire virtual assistants. That
Absolutely.
we're even using that on my job. I'm like, oh, they
Yeah,
got them over there in them other countries. They be
absolutely.
listen, and
Absolutely.
and that might be something you want to do yourself. So it's
Absolutely.
just so many different ways to step out.
Yeah.
And I've learned over these last few years, you don't have to do it alone.
No, not at
It,
all. And manifestation moments. I feel like manifestation, it's like a wave. And I was at the beach last week,
Mhm,
and while I was observing the waves, like the waves kept coming in.
mhm,
And all along the beach, it didn't matter whether you were here or there, the waves kept coming in. And so I feel like manifestation, it's not a one time, like you don't just manifest one thing, but it's
right.
waves. It's waves. So we have
Mhm,
to recognize, like, manifestation is coming in waves, and we have to recognize it and
mhm,
also help usher it in, as
mhm,
well. But it's not a one-time thing. I feel like if we think about manifestation, little things can be
mhm.
evidence of manifestation as well as huge big things. But I feel like it's a wave. Things are always coming in and we have to recognize
I'm so glad you said that. You just validated what I said last week.
it. Good.
Because people don't realize that. They think, oh, I've done this and now I can just sit down and nothing else is coming.
Yeah.
No, you build momentum. You
Yeah.
build on the things that you have accomplished and achieved,
Mhm.
unless you just feel like you're ready, you're done what you wanted to do and you don't want to do no more. But you probably, as they say, you probably leaving money on the table, right?
Absolutely. Or you can
Probably.
mentor someone. I mean, who someone that's in that space of I've done
Yeah.
everything, then your role then is to mentor the
Mhm.
next level. So,
That's good. That's good. That's good.
yeah.
Okay, so as we wrapping this up, look at that. I did that in 26 minutes,
There
girl.
you
Go
go.
ahead. It's an achievement for me. It's an achievement. But when Sharvette comes, I know we got to do this in 30 minutes. All right. So, what moves are you making next to create your new or next level of momentum?
Whew, okay, so literally hot off the press, like literally the box just came in today.
Oh,
We are so
wow.
excited. Our prioritize your potential. This is
Okay.
our eighth book collaboration with our clients, and so literally, you are the first. Like this audience is the first to see it. Literally
Yay.
just came in, and so we're excited. And I think as we think about manifestation, because people want to write books like that is like one of the things if you ask people that like that's on my lifelong list and
Mhm.
I don't know. So I'm really proud that we like it's something that comes to manifestation for us and certainly they can hire you to help them write their books. So that's one thing. But then we are in heavy preparation for our ninth annual conference, the Platform Builder Summit. We're excited, Gwen, to have you in the audience. And
Yeah.
it's a VIP experience here in Richmond, Virginia, November 7th and 8th. And it's for women business owners. We're going to be talking about marketing, money moves, and also business development. And so that is, we're less than 30 days. I think we're 28 days away. And so
Yeah.
that's where we are. That's all I got for
Okay.
you right through
Okay.
here.
Well, we're excited about that. We know that that's going to be amazing. And you how can individuals, reach out to be a part of that?
Yeah. Our website is platformbuildersummit.com. Platformbuildersummit.com. And so you can register, see all of our speakers, the session topics, and all that good stuff. If you have a question, you can send a little chat on there and contact us with platformbuildersummit.com.
Okay. And can they reach you or follow you on social media? Are you on all outlets?
Yes. So Sharvette Mitchell.com, like my name literally will take you to our main website, Sharvette Mitchell. There might be a couple other Sharvettes, but I'm going to come up at the top. So,
I
so
love it.
Sharvette will get you pretty much everywhere you need to go, or SharvetteMitchell.com takes you to our main website. And then you're able, right at the very top right, has the links to all of our social sites.
Awesome, awesome. Listen, you are always, as I said, such a welcome guest here. You were
Thank you.
my first guest ever.
Yay.
And not only that, I'm going to say this tonight. You have actually helped me to build manifestation
Praise
through
God.
many of my projects. So you helped me when I wanted to start the show. You helped me even for our anthology. And
Yes.
so I want to say thank you for all that you do. I want to thank you. Some people are probably saying, "Oh, she's trying to be like Sharvette." Well, listen, Sharvette is giving me guidance. So I'm doing what Sharvette telling me to do. So if I'm gonna be like her, okay. I want to be like her in more than one way. But at the same time, I am Gwen.
Absolutely, and
So
I want to clarify, you are a client, so I want to. So we thank you because you have been a client of Mitchell Productions. So
absolutely,
I wanna
absolutely,
clarify that. But it's powerful to see your clients then go implement that.
absolutely.
That's really that's so good.
And that brings momentum as well.
Yes.
Because and that's what I was telling and one of the ladies in our anthology said it to me yesterday. She said, because when I'm booming, but I'm booming and you're growing with me, or
Yeah.
whatever. So
Yeah.
it's a blessing for everyone involved.
Yeah.
When we do things, as they say in church, we do it better when we do it together, right?
Yeah.
And so one builds and another, builds on top of what they built. And so that makes everything come out really great. So we thank
Yeah.
you again for
Thank
being here
you.
on today. Thank you so much. Is there anything else you want to share with our audience on today before we close this session out?
Oh, I'll share my favorite quote and shout out to my mom, Betty Mitchell. So glad she's in the
Yes.
audience. My sister Kim may watch later. Shout out to them. But
Okay.
my favorite quote is by H. Jackson Brown Jr., and it is opportunity dances with those already on the dance floor. So that's
Already
what
on
I'll
it.
leave with your audience.
Yes, thank you. So get on that dance floor and get your moves, get your moves. This was about making moves, right?
There you go.
Making moves towards manifestation. So thank you once again. We appreciate you. We know that you're a busy lady, so we're not going to hold you any longer.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Have a great night. All right, family. Thank you so much for joining us on tonight. This again was a wonderful session, and we always appreciate having Sharvette join us in the studio. And I just want to share with you and remind you that you can also make sure that you go and follow Sharvette, as we said, on all media platforms. Make sure that you go to that platformbuildersummit.com. Go ahead, get registered. This is and it's for female entrepreneurs. So make sure, especially I know most women watching today, sometimes you got to make an investment into your own future, and this is a great investment. And I've gone to pretty much most of these sessions, and each one I have learned so much, and I know that I have grown. And not only am I growing, but I'm able to take those that are with me, even as clients or whatever, to grow with me. So if you want your clients and your friends and family to grow, go. Go be a part of this extraordinary summit. All right. So I also want to remind you that our new anthology is available now. So you can pick up a copy at my website, or you can also go to Amazon.com to purchase a copy from me. Or if you want to purchase a copy from any of our authors, feel free to do so. We are excited to be able to share this with you, and I'll make it nice and easy for you. Here's our QR code. If you'd like to go ahead and snap that and get your copy, we'd love for you to pick up your copy, because this is one of those anthologies that is going to help propel you into making these moves towards manifestation. All right, so that's it for tonight. We have, listen, our guest list is lining up, and I'm telling you, you do not want to miss anything that we have. We have several guests lined up for the next few weeks as well. So make sure that you're back here. And if you'd like to be a guest on our show, feel free to send me. Send me an email and let me know that you're interested, and we can make sure that your views and your business aligns with our us here at New G at Miss G's Ladies Lounge. But you can go ahead and send that to me at vipcoachandconsult@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you. vipcoachandconsult@gmail.com. All right. Thank you so much once again, and have a great, great evening.